Welcome to this short video about the implementation of the Dolibarr program on our project. We use this program to set an enterprise resource planning system for our fictional company called Chocolover, which sold chocolate bars.
So starting the software, the first thing to do is to log in, and then we begin in the Home tab and we select the Setup menu. Next we click on Company Setup, and here we define all the details related to our company. Then we select the Modules option, and here we define how we want the program to interact with us. Now we're ready to create a new product. Under the tab Products and Services, we select the New Product option, and here we establish the product reference, label, and in this case we're creating a manufactured product, so we put product on sale and say that we're not buying it. Then we can define all the other details as the weight of the product, the price of the product, with or without taxes. Here we have the product page. We can select the list and see all the available products. So here in the product page we can define customer prices, supplier prices, and the associated products to this manufactured product. So now we select the raw materials and we input the quantity. Then we go to New Warehouse to start this product. So we create a warehouse reference, the location, and a little description. This one is going to be a warehouse for raw materials. So we create it. And now the next thing to do is to create a third party. A third party can be a customer or a supplier. We're going to call it supplier 01. So we select not prospect, not customer, it's just a supplier. Then we can define all the details related to the supplier. I'm going to say it's a medium company. And we create the supplier. So now we're ready to set a supplier price. So we select Product Service tab. Then in the list of products we select the raw material which we want to be supplied. We select supplier prices, and then we add a supplier price. We just fill in the fields, we select the supplier's name, reference, we specify a minimum quantity, and we say the price per that quantity with or without taxes. So now we're ready to try the Commercial tab. We select a new supplier request. We fill in all the details related to this request. Now we specify the quantities and the materials. We always have to buy the minimum quantity we previously arranged, which is 1000. We add, and then we validate. After we validate, we say we made the order by email. We say yes, and then we say total shipment. We confirm it. Then we go to stock reception. We select the warehouse, the quantity, and we ship the product. If we select the warehouse, we can see there's the raw materials and there's the ordered quantity. Now from selecting warehouses and warehouse 2, which is the warehouse for manufactured product, we can go to stock movements, and here we can create the final product. By clicking on stock correction, we add the quantity that we desire of final product, in this case 300 chocolate bars, and you can see the software will also add 3 raw material 1 to that same warehouse. This is kind of a bug because this wasn't supposed to happen. What happens here is that the software adds the correspondent amount of raw materials to this final product quantity. It should have been decreased from warehouse 1 instead of being increased in warehouse 2. To correct that, we have to change the values manually. So to do that, we go to the Products and Services tab, and from here, from the product list, we select the product which we want to change the stock. So we select stock, and in stock correction we can delete the correspondent amount of raw materials from warehouse 1, and we also delete that raw materials quantity that doesn't make sense in warehouse 2. So we choose delete, warehouse 2, and the correspondent amount. So now the value is correct. The next thing to do is to create a customer order. To do so, first we need to go to Home tab, and then in the Setup menu we select Modules, and we have to change this option. The product locked option must be off. Then we select the settings of stock, and then we change this setting. It has to be marked as yes. In the Commercial tab, we can now make a new customer order. We fill in the client's reference and name. We select the date, the payment details, and the shipment method. So we create the draft. And now we're going to specify the amount we're going to sell to the customer, which will be 300. We add it, and then we validate. We say we want to remove that quantity from warehouse 2. We say yes, and now we have to classify as shipped. After we do that, we can check the warehouse, and we can see that there's no manufactured product in there, but there's a negative quantity of raw materials. This quantity is due to the quantity of raw materials who should have been removed from warehouse 1, and we already did that, as you can see here. So now to correct stock, we're going to add 3 raw material 1 units, so we can balance that negative stock. Now everything is correct, and if we want to create an invoice for our transaction, we go to the Commercial tab. We can do it for suppliers or to customers. We can select, for example, customer orders, and from here, from the customers orders list, we select one of those orders, and we click create invoice. Here we fill in the payment details, we create a draft, and after we create a draft, we're going to validate, and after we validate we have to select payment. We fill in the payment details, we say we're going to pay, but we have to specify the value that we're going to pay. So we fill in that value, we validate, and now we have an invoice. To check the invoices, we go to the Finance tab, and in the Finance tab we select Customer's Invoice. Here we can check the list of invoices, we select the last one, and we can see the document relative to this invoice. We download it, we have the PDF file, and here we have the complete invoice. The only tab we haven't explored yet, it's the Bank Account tab. Here we can check our bank account status. We can see all the details related to the bank account, and we can see all the transactions and the complete balance from the account. So now we have a positive balance. So in the Home tab we have a resume of everything that is related to our company. It gives us an overall view. Now we log off, and to conclude this presentation, our group considers that it is absolutely essential for a modern company to implement an ERP system. It is very important to have an overall view over all the company's different departments and activities, being also very useful to keep track of the financial matters. Thank you for watching.